How is that? Can you hear me better? You guys can hear me okay? Okay, good. There's a little bit of an echo on my end, so hopefully you guys cannot hear that echo. All right. We got a lot of cool stuff to cover today. I'm going to bring up my other screen here so you guys can see it. There's only one way I can never get the second screen to work. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to find someone that knows how to use the software better. But we've got these. We're going to do a little voting on these guys. So this is the biggest vault box they've ever done. There's 3 coins in there that are graded. We got 2 of these bad boys here. So we're going to talk about those today a little bit. And then we're going to do a little unboxing for my latest silver grab that was actually about a week before Christmas, but it just arrived. So I'm going to show you guys what I got in there. That's here. And it's actually from AppMax. I know some of you guys love AppMax, some of you don't love AppMax, but they do have some cool coins that no one else has. So every once in a while, you got to run over there and get something. All right, we're going to do some quick shout outs to everybody here, and then we're going to dive into some really cool stuff today. So first off, I needed to start this a little later because I have a family, and I work 2 jobs basically, and I got to be able to find some time to go do things. And bless my kids' hearts, they had every one of the cars empty, so I got stuck at the gas station. So thank you guys for your patience and waiting, and we'll get going. We are doing silver gauze today. We did have some great thumbs up on the videos that we did for interviews this week. So we will be doing some silver gauze. And I think we got a bag of dimes here, and we got tubes of stuff over there. And I got berated by someone on my Bill Holter video for calling it junk silver, or for Bill calling it junk silver. We usually call it constitutional silver, guys, but it's referred to as junk by a lot of people, so that's what they know it as mostly. So as you're educating people, it's important to speak their own language as well. So if that guy's watching, hopefully he understands that a little bit better. All right, let's do a couple quick shout outs. Rob is always first, I think. I think he beats everybody. So thank you for showing up here. And he makes a good point here. So just about 6 weeks ago, when silver was $48 and the GSR was 84 to 1, if you traded your gold for silver, then you would have 84 ounces of silver that is now worth $6,720. Win for silver, not for gold. Gold will have its time, though, guys. It will have its place, and that might come in the form of standing up a little bit better if we have a recession. It could also come in the form of a financial revaluation, which would also push gold up quite a bit. So I wouldn't give up on gold yet, but yes, that's a good point. Hopefully you were buying silver even before then, which would be pretty good too. So Citigroup reported today, this is from Forbidden Planet. Citigroup is reportedly getting rid of all their shorts before February 1st of 2026. They reportedly have 6.3 billion in shorts. If somebody is hot to buy silver, the sooner the better, because it's going up and another up. So if that rumor is true and we continue to see the bullion banks go net long on buying physical silver, that might be one of the reasons we're having a harder time finding it. However, they don't buy it from retail, but there could be a little bit of a fight over the raw material itself going into the mints. All right, let's see what else we got in here. We got Donald Hoffman. I was catching up on his previous posts. All right. I'm in the house as well. Welcome to myself. Sorry. Just a little dad joke for you guys. We've got Alan Satoshi Greenspan in the house as well. So I love his comments here. He always has these in here. Gather gold, stack silver, be your own bank. There you go. Why is that important? Well, it means different things to different people. Some people take it very serious, and they say you can't lend to yourself. Well, you can. Other people get into the semantics of it, but being your own bank basically is housing your wealth in a place that you secure and that you control. And that way you can go do things. You can also be your own bank by having insurance policies, other things like that. I don't really get into that on the channel, but there are other ways that people use that term. All right, let's see here. Craig's in the house, so give Craig a shout out, guys. Say hi to him. Let's see what else we got in here. So just a reminder, hit the thumbs up too. That gets more people seeing the video. And we will be doing silver gauze today. The more likes we have on this live stream before it's over, the more silver we'll do that we'll give out. I would rather give you guys silver than to pay some marketing or advertising firm, especially Google, to try to promote the videos. So to me, this is it's marketing dollars. And if you guys want to help support the channel, you can always do super chats, or even consider giving memberships. So you can do that down below in your link. If you're looking for a membership, I think we'll hit that in a minute here. You can go down and hit join. We are going to be doing a members only live stream at 7. I have not had the time to even get those invites out. If you guys saw the Bill Holter video today, or maybe you haven't watched it yet because it just barely dropped, I was up until 2 this morning editing that. There's a few parts I had to take out that did talk a little bit more about constitutional silver and junk silver, and talked about being careful about counterfeits and things like that. They can be counterfeited. Usually they're not going to look very scruffy. That's what Bill talked about. We got into that just a little bit more. But there was an issue with our connection on the internet. He was completely blurry the whole time I was interviewing him, and we had about a 3 or 4 second delay. It took some major editing magic to be able to pull that video off. So I was up until 2 this morning. That's why we don't have the invites and everything out. But if you guys stick around, we're going to turn this into the members only stream first, and we'll chat and have you guys on here while I'm getting all of the other emails into the system, so that we can go over to do a Google Meetup. So that'll be something coming up a little later. Michael's in the house. Welcome, Michael. Let's see who else we got in here. We've got Victor in here. When does the live stream start? It already has. I know that was a while ago, though. Let's see. So here's a good question. I'd love to have you guys put this in the comments, and we're going to try to go through this pretty quickly today. Have you guys been buying any gold and silver lately? I have, but my last purchase was probably around the 18th of December or so. I'd have to look at the exact date, but you can see them here. We got this, and we got what's in here. We're going to do an unboxing in a minute. We've got Young J00. I am muted. Not anymore. Not anymore. We've got Gold Silver Junkie. Let me know as well. I'm going to try to get with Frostbite coins and see if we can get this camera situation working better, so I can actually zoom in and get it to work. This does not look like it's 4K. It should be coming in 4K right now. It is not doing that. Amy's in the house, and Gerald Draper's in the house. Welcome, welcome. Michael's in the house. And Petty, hello. We got red alert, guys. Watch out. The audio is working. And yes, the audio is working. And yes, the audio is working. And Young can hear me again. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so this is the cool one. We'll hit this real quick. I got a coin collection out of storage that I started as a little girl, and I'm having fun going through it all. That's pretty awesome. I found my old comic book collection as well as my stamp collection. I don't know where all my coins are. I still don't know where those are. I'm kind of freaking out over that a little bit. Some of it would be silver. So I had a lot of old coins. Frankly, That's Not Funny's in the house as well. Welcome. If I miss you guys, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of grabbing these as we go down here. And I can't see super well because I didn't get a lot of sleep, and my eyes don't work when I'm kind of tired. All right, let's see what else we got in here for you guys. Nice dime bag. Yes, it's always good to have a bag of dimes. And you want to check your dimes, guys, especially your dimes, but also with your quarters. Those can be pretty easy. A lot of times you will get some 1965 and newer coins mixed in there. It's always good to check it. And the best way to check it is by turning it on its side to make sure that you don't see any copper. So you can't really see any copper on there either. Oh, that just does not look very sharp to me. Yeah, I agree. It's totally fine to call it junk, guys. Let's see. You own it. You got to call it whatever you want. I'm last here, y'all. So we got Aaron in the house as well. Okay, let's see. We're gonna run to the comments. So comments, guys, go ahead and put them in caps if you can. If you're watching on TV, which I know a lot of you are, get your phone out, get your tablet out, get your computer out, and bring this up, mute it. That way you can type easier on the screen. We're going to be doing a bunch of gauze today. You don't want to miss those, and you're going to have to be able to put a comment in. We're also going to be doing some polls, so I'm going to get those going here in a minute. Let's see. Maybe we'll go ahead and get that started real quick here, the poll. All right, so here's the first poll that we're going to do. What do you think the silver price will be on December 31st, 2026? All right. Here we go. Over 150 is one option. We're going to say 129 to 150 to 149. And then we're going to say 100 to 129 is actually the right one. All right, so you guys check out the poll. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say there. We want to see what you guys are thinking. We got our first super chat out here, so let's go ahead and pull that up. From Tiger Stacker, put a 1 in the chat if you think Surfer needs a shave. We're going to get to that in a minute, Tiger. Not yet. That's going to be our next poll. All right, we got a lot of great people in here. Yes, with exponential printing the US dollar, do you think we will be in a Weimar Germany type of situation eventually? I don't think we will. I just don't think that's going to happen, but we could have something that looks like it. The reason for that, okay, two things. I don't think we're going to end up in a Greater Depression, and I don't think we're going to end up in the Weimar Republic. I just don't think we're going to print that much money that we're going to end up, that poorly. I mean, they didn't even have enough printer ink and paper to be able to print, all the notes that they had. We'll go to a digital stable coin way before we run out of any kind of printer ink and make a bunch more bills. We will have inflation. I think that's the route we're going to go, is a lot more inflation. And so it might feel like hyperinflation, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. Could we get to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, maybe even 100% inflation per year? We could. They'll never tell you that's what's going on. But if you don't have the gold and silver, you're definitely going to feel it a lot more than everybody else. If you've got gold and silver, it's going to be a lot easier. However, it's still going to be hard to part with it. But I don't think it's going to get that bad. That was probably one of the worst cases we've ever seen. I think we'll have a revaluation before then. I think we will maybe have a lot of countries that are working with us, whether they want to or not, and giving us a bunch of gold and silver. We've already started that game. So we'll see what happens. All right. Yeah, so here you go. As far as junk silver, guys, too, it just doesn't have the numismatic value to it. So technically, if you've got constitutional silver that's proof, then it would potentially have that value, especially if it is one of the rare dates. Okay, let's see what else you guys have in here. I'm going to try to see if we can catch up to your comments, and then we're going to jump into a few topics today. Okay, what is this? I just received an envelope in the mail with 5 1-ounce gold eagles. It was the new owner that bought my house from me. He said I forgot them. Thank him. Holy moly. That's amazing. Don't leave your gold in the house. If you put it in a wall, if you bury it in the backyard, or you hide it somewhere, make sure you've got instructions in a safe somewhere that people are going to find, or with in a sealed envelope with your attorney. Oh my goodness, you would hate to lose all of that. All right, let's see what we got here. Why isn't anybody talking about the Washington State gold and silver tax as of January 1st, 2026? It really sucks for the people that are just getting by. It sucks. And it's horrible. The tax we have here in California is 7.5% on anything under $2,000 that's purchased in precious metals. It took me an hour to straighten Costco out about the whole subject. I was buying some gold and some silver, and the silver was not worth $2,000. Combined it was, and they wanted to charge me sales tax. Took me an hour with the manager to get with the regional manager to teach them about the whole thing. Probably should have my camera equipment with me. That would have made a good video. All right, I'm going to check our poll over here for a second. We got 59 votes. All right, let's see if we get a few more votes in the poll. And then we will do our first GA here in a couple minutes. So GAs aren't just for the end of the stream, guys. We're going to kind of spread these out a little bit. Let me get it set up so we can do that in a second here. We might as well start collecting. All right, this is going to be for our first GA. You guys can start putting this in. It's buy the dip, hashtag buy the dip. I don't know if the caps need to be capped or not in there, so I would probably try to just copy that. I don't know enough about Washington State's tax laws. I don't try to get into that too heavily, so I don't know the entire situation there. I just know it's not great. You know, we've got blue states that are becoming less favorable to gold and silver. We've got red states that are becoming more favorable. I even saw Goldback's going to be making a California half gold back, kind of a limited run. It's not, I don't think they have cooperation with the state of California. I think they're just making them because a lot of people have asked for it. But hopefully we'll be able to get an interview with them at some point. They told me I have to wait until I'm 50,000 subscribers, but I've been giving them grief on X. Maybe we'll break them down and be able to talk with them. Okay, let's see what else we got in here, and then we're going to do the poll here in just a minute. So, Aaron, we can pull it up though. Let's look. I don't know how many people are here from Washington, but what happens in these states can affect other states. All right, we're going to let that AI do its little magic over here for a minute. Okay, I don't see anything. It's not pulling up all the right stuff. Aaron, you'll have to, if you've got a link, we can pull it up and go through it. Just let me know. Try to get my attention on that. All right, let me come down here. Jonathan Hughes, 380. I have coin books for my collection, and they're not good quality coins. They're what I can find and what I can afford. Just a small collection: penny books, nickels, dimes, quarters. Nothing special. I think it's awesome. It's just fun to have the history, guys. You can see that dollar in the back. This is actually a new $1, or not new, but a silver certificate that was newer. This is one that I found in my grandma's closet a long time ago. Probably like an 82 or something like that, all wadded up, not wadded, but folded. And I've had that sitting in books for decades, and it's now flattened itself out a little bit. But even something like that's history, and it's fun to have. I recommend having those. Okay, let's see what we're doing here on the GA. All right, let's get this up to 50 before we run that. We've got 119 people in here. All right, and I am watching the thumbs up. We need to get to 100 thumbs up to do some more silver today too. And I'm going to refresh that to see how many we got now. So we're at 72. Okay, we're getting close to the 100, guys. Let's get up to 100 on that. All right, we're going to come down. Let's take a look at the poll too. Yeah, eBay, guys, be careful of eBay. They're a mess. They charge sales tax here in California. What they do is they basically make every transaction an individual transaction, so you get stuck with the sales tax. And technically, if they book it differently, they wouldn't have to pay the sales tax to the state. So I'd love someone to do an investigative report on that and see if they're skimming money there or not. They're definitely being illegal. I mean, maybe we could. Do you guys want to do a class action lawsuit? Maybe we can do a class action lawsuit against eBay. They've taken so many tax dollars from me that they shouldn't have. All right, let's see. So it looks like we've got more retailers that are probably taking gold backs in California than any other state, which is true. So that's maybe why they're doing it. Craig was watching the international news channel, and they are talking about the price of gold and silver, just as Japan, China, and Indonesia. Also, it was mentioned on the news in Hawaii. We're starting to see it heat up, guys. Now, the saying goes, when you are shoe shine boy or the bagger at the grocery store starts asking you about gold and silver or giving you tips, it's really more about stock tips. It's more of an anecdotal story from 1929 around the stock market crash. When they're giving you tips, that's when things are starting to go down. We're not anywhere near that right now. We're still somewhere in the 0.5% to 1% of the population that even stacks. So yes, they're talking about it, but here's the thing. When Morgan Stanley and the banks come out and they recommend having 5 or 10 or 20 or 25% in gold and silver, they're not recommending physical, okay? And the reason they're not recommending physical is they can't make any money from it. They're recommending you go buy SLV, GLD. They're recommending you buy mining stocks because they can make money from that. So even though people are hearing about it in the news and they're starting to go into it a little bit more, they're still buying paper silver. Not a good thing. Now, I'm not saying don't have mining stocks, but if you don't have the physical, you're going to have some issues. All right, we got another super chat in here too. So thank you very much for the super chat, Ben at Ben Breakfast 4314. We had a tax purchase under 1,000 in Virginia, but got rid of it a couple of years ago. Make enough noise and you'd be surprised what you can do. Not with Governor Newsom. He doesn't care. I think he's going to need to be investigated for lots of fraud. That's what I'm hearing in the news. So maybe if he's gone, we can get on with things. I don't know how you lose billions of dollars. I think it was $80 billion on the homeless has been lost, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so let's do this. We're getting close. We're at 48. Let's see if we can get up to 50 and we'll run that GAW. And that's going to be for a silver dime. All right, so let's pull the poll here. I want to show that real quick. Okay, we got 90 votes on that, so that's pretty good. So that will come up in your chat feed over here, guys. I don't know how to pull that up on the screen. And it actually does. It only comes up on my YouTube chat. So here's what we've got the results of. Well, let me see if I can do this. Maybe we can do it this way. Can you guys see it this way on here? It's all blurry. I don't know. Someone needs to help me with the camera work. All right, that won't work, but let's do it. Okay, so I put in here, what do you think the silver price will be on December 31st, 2026? Over 150 is 48%. 100 to 129 is 26%. 130 to 149 was 14%. And below 100 is 12%. So here's my thought on it, guys. I think, and let's see, let me bring this back up this way. My thought on it is, I think, and I haven't done my video yet, I'm hoping to do it tomorrow. I think we've got a really high probability of getting, I think we can get to 150, but I think we've got a very strong probability of getting up to the 130 range. I think we could get to 150, maybe over that. But the right things have to happen. Now, I interviewed Leor Gantz this morning. It looks like Yankee interviewed him maybe yesterday. and put a video out. So I haven't watched that video yet from Yankee Stacking, but I wonder if the interview is going to be similar to the one I just had with him. But he brought up a couple good points that I thought were pretty valid to why maybe it's not going to be that high and what it would take to get that high. But it's possible. Will we have the same amount of gain as what we just had? That one's hard to say. I mean, I think there's only one other time in history, maybe two other times in history where it 1 year has had that much of a gain. I think it's only one other time, and that would have been in 1980. So to have multiple years of that, it's possible. It's not as probable, but if it happens, it really means that the silver market is starting to unwind, that paper market's really starting to fall apart. I don't think he has to be banned for that, but giving out a dime, well, we're giving out one dime right now. We're going to give out more silver, but if he would like to donate money to give out a full coin, we could totally do that. You can super chat, you can donate a bunch of money in there. No channel is required to do any giveaways. Giving out a dime is better than not giving out a dime. And it's my own money. It doesn't come out of anything else, guys, unless other people super chat things. So, I would love to be giving out 1 ounce coins. But giving out an $80 coin, actually, they're more like $100 coins now. It's a lot. It takes up a lot to do that, and you just don't make money off YouTube. Someday, some people do, but right now you make just about enough to cover your subscriptions for stuff. So this is definitely much more of a charity thing than it is a profitable business. It's more of giving back to the community and helping you guys. Now, I hope that changes at some point. I'd love to do this full time, and I'd love to really build more of a business around it. But if he's swearing in there or he's being completely obnoxious or he's spamming, yes, then time him out. Otherwise, people can do that. They can see what they want on there. If you really want, we could go down to nickels and pennies, though. That would be kind of fun. All right, we're at 53, so we're going to run the dime. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so he talked about the 309. I don't know if we hit that with Leor today or not. I've had so many interviews, I can't remember everything we've been talking about. Yeah, if he's being nasty and not joking, then yeah, it's not time to do that on here, guys. All right, here we go. We're going to run the first one. Okay, so here's the deal. You got to be in the U.S. for me to ship these out because I'm just going to send them with a stamp, and you will get a cool sticker though, which will be pretty fun. So I think I ran out of. Oh my gosh, it's Michael and Nancy Stacking. I know he likes dimes. So Michael, congratulations. Send me an email. Send me your info again, so make sure I have it. But I'm pretty sure I do. And then I know what you want. You're going to want a Mercury dime out of that. So we'll get you a Mercury dime sent over. I actually see one on top right there on the tube. All right, so that's our first giveaway for the night. Okay, here's what I want to do next. I want to take a poll from you guys, and that's on these on the Prime Vault box. Let me set that up, and I'm going to show you the results that we had from our other one this week, and we'll kind of combine those together. Let me just pull it up here so I can see exactly how I asked it. All right. Okay, here's what we're going to do. What should I do? Okay, open today. All right, here's the poll. why it's not letting me start it. Just a second, guys. Okay. Too many characters. Yeah. All right, so go check out that poll. In the meantime, I'm going to do an unboxing here. I'm going to show it up. I'm going to show it close to me on the screen. It might be better than the other screen. So let me do this real quick. Okay. Now, I don't recommend doing this anymore, guys, but I thought it would be fun to get these vault boxes. Okay, they're not something I generally recommend you go and do because you're gambling a little bit on it. You don't know what's going to be in there. You could end up getting less value than what you paid for them. You could end up getting a massive amount to value more. But I do like it a lot better than doing something like the lottery where you're pretty much going to lose all your money. Or even the duck races that a lot of people do out there, because those duck races you're going to have a problem with, buying a bunch of slots and not winning them. You're better off just saving your money and buying coins, in my opinion. But these are some fun coins. I have the series of these, and I saw them, and I know silver's going up, and I thought, okay, I'll get these. It'll be kind of fun. So this is the, I love ship coins, by the way. So there's the coin. That'll be the best way for me to show it to you. This is the Kingston pirate ship. It's part of the Black Flag Calico Jack, and what else does it say on there? Oh, the Anne Bonny. Okay. So this one came out last year, and I stopped buying coins like this that had the higher premiums. But believe it or not, this coin I picked this up for $72. So it's cheaper than I think what silver is going for right now. And then this one was 2023's. So it looks like they probably ended the series. I don't think they made them last year. But they were doing a sell on AppMax for these coins, and so I basically bought these at like spot price. That's not bad. And then to round it up, so I don't pay sales tax to get it over to $2,000, I also bought a 10th ounce of platinum. Come on, right there. A 10th ounce of platinum. It's a Britannia. So I needed something to put it over the edge, and then we have the vault boxes. So $72 each for these. I don't know. I think this came out to a little over $200, like 220, $130. The rest of it's in those vault boxes. Okay. So I do a few crazy things every once in a while so you guys can have fun doing this stuff and we can open these things up. But I don't necessarily recommend it, buying very many of these, but they can be fun. If you don't make it fun and enjoy the hobby, then you're going to get into the point where you're basically just you're just investing, you're just stacking the metals to do, just for the wealth part of it, but you're going to miss the whole community part of it, which I think is huge. All right, I want to also see if you guys have a couple questions as we start gathering more on the question over here. Looks like you guys so far you want to open them up today. Okay, so let's see here. I got a couple questions from you guys. Yeah, you could find some good deals and whatnot. That's one of the reasons I don't sell on there. I don't see anybody's making money from it. Problem is I've got to pay sales tax on every little transaction, 7.5%. So it's not worth it to me. If I buy it $2,000, I don't have any sales tax, and shop the deals. I found these two pretty cool coins at, I think it was like $1 or $2 over spot. It was great. They have too much inventory and they're sitting there. Now it also kind of goes to some of the coins I spent money on. I think I bought some of those in the $40 to $30 range back in time, and they've gone up, but they haven't gone up as much as, like, say, Silver Eagle has. All right, let's see. So Marty says, I have to admit, I'm still finding bargains on Whatnot. Not as many, but they're there. So you guys can look at Whatnot. Just know what you're doing. Be careful with Whatnot. You swipe your finger to buy stuff, and if you're not very quickly or fast at swiping, you will probably be paying more than what you think you're going to be paying for it. So you've got to be careful for that. And yeah, here's the key, guys. Look, quarters are like 13 to 14 bucks now. The dimes are over $5 now. It won't be that long. You know, it's not going to take us that long before the dimes are going to be 10 bucks. They'll probably be 10 bucks before the end of the year. Let's see. Okay, another question in here. Let me find it real quick. This is from Mike Clav. The dislocation of local markets from the global market will continue to push the silver price higher when the structural deficit persists because countries will ramp up the hoarding of the metals. Yes. So we've already seen the United States say that silver is a strategic metal. It's been added to the strategic metal list. We've then seen China close off their exports of silver. We've now seen the United States go in and snatch up the leader of Venezuela, Maduro, I think is his name. And they do have silver there. It's not as much of a, it's not as much hyped as their gold, or it's not as large as their gold and their oil reserves and resources there, but there's silver that's there. I'm curious to watch and see what happens with Mexico, with Canada, and with Greenland. There's also talk about Brazil and other things like that too. So doesn't mean we're going to go snatch all the leaders up, but I think there's going to be some very much regionalized jockeying going on. And I think what's going to determine who comes out on top and what the superpowers look like is probably going to be who has the resources. So I completely agree with Mike on this. We're going to continue to see the prices going up. Now, we could have some pullbacks, we could have some slips, but right now I think you're going to be crazy to be shorting silver. So, kind of the thought I've had is I think we're going to get over 100 before we have a pullback of 20% or greater. And when we do have that, it doesn't mean that the physical price is going to follow it. And it also doesn't mean that you're going to be able to find any physical for sell. Okay. So that's something that we have to worry about and look at. Okay. So, what I am going to share with you guys is, let me see if I can find it here. I pulled it up. So the results from the poll I did, just like the one we're doing now, on the channel was 28% of the people wanted me to open it up today. 8% said sell on eBay, 7% said auction then live on Friday, and 57% wanted me to gaw them away. You guys, like, I would love to. If I had the financial resources to completely gaw all of it away, I would do it. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll get rid of the background so you guys can see them easier when we go to open it. How clear is it on the other camera? If I let's see if I can tell from my view too, because I can open it up like this so you guys can see it that way. I think that's okay. I think we could do that. All right. So I say we open one of these bad boys right now, and then we'll figure out if we want to open the other one. We could also open the second one up a little later, but here's the poll results. Let me end it real quick. We got 75 in here. So 55% wanted open today. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We got to pick which one we want to open here. So this one is number 1. This one's number 2. So put in the chat, number 1 or number 2. Which one should we open? Okay, so Rob asks, what's the largest bar I stack? 100-ounce bars. I bought 100-ounce bar for every family member back in 2020, Christmas 2021. And I want to say I paid, they were Johnson and Matthey bars. And I think I paid around $1,800 each bar. But that seems too low, but I think that's about what I paid. So it might have been 2022. It's around when silver dipped down pretty close to 18. I was able to get them pretty close to spot price. I ended up getting rid of those and trading them in for other silver because of the 100-ounce just being big. I wish I kept them because those are pretty cool bars. And then last year, I was able to pick up some 100-ounce silver bars from one of our local friends here that, I guess I'll put it back on me too, that had some Scottsdale stackers, and I think he sold them for 50 cents below spot. So I think I got those for like around $3,500. It was a good deal. I'm like, I'm going to buy it. And so for me, I buy based on deal, not on size. And, just like Bill Holter says, I don't, 100-ounce bars are tricky. They're great if you're going to vault them and put them away in a vault. They take up less space, and it'll cost you less money to rent the space, and you get a lot more value in there. The downside is you're not going to be bartering with them. And so when society falls apart and goes crazy, you got to make sure you have enough other silver to use versus those bars. If there's a confiscation of any kind, that might be stuff that they try to go after or tax heavily. So you got to kind of keep that in mind. But that goes with anything that's a 10-ounce, a 5-ounce, a 10-ounce, a kilo, or a 100-ounce bar. It puts you into the same conversation. So if you think that you've got 10-ounce bars and you're really cool because you're not dumb to have 100-ounce bars, I'm sorry to tell you, you're gonna have the same problem. How are you gonna buy a dozen eggs with a 10-ounce silver bar? And if you've got a bunch of quarters and about a bunch of half dollars and you don't have any dimes, well, then you're buying maybe more than what you need. So my recommendation for silver stacking right now is get as many dimes as you can get your hands on. That's what I would do. That's what I've been doing. But I have a hard time getting them. Even though there's been deals here and there where you can get them way far back a spot, I just haven't been able to grab them. Okay, so we're going to open this thing up. So I am going to have an official video coming out, hopefully on Wednesday, that'll give you my price predictions for the year. So I'm going to wait until that video, and you guys will see that. I'll pin it to the channel so you can see it as well. But I'll give you my silver and my gold predictions. I'll tell you what I think the top is going to be, and then I'll tell you where I think they're going to end for the year. Now, remember, with any predictions you see anywhere, it's really more of a fun exercise. No one has any idea where it's exactly going to be. I don't know a single person that said we were going to be at $80, in 2025. I don't know anybody that said that we were going to do that. That's why I can't see. These are the wrong glasses. All right, give me a second. Let me go get the right glasses so I can actually see. You guys can stare at these vault boxes for a second. Okay. Getting old is beautiful, isn't it? You forget your keys, you forget your glasses, and you can't see anything. All right. I got to go look and see all the ones. And oh my goodness, we have a lot of ones. Let's see. There's a lot of twos in there. And someone had a 3. They want you to open both. All right, I'm going to go with 1. We're going to put this guy over here. So you guys always have fancy knives, so I just go with this thing. All right, we're going to guess what's in here. So here's some of the things that it could be. They basically do special cases for these. So if we see a red, we've got something really awesome. I don't know how much that thing's worth, but probably a lot. But here's some of the main fancy coins they can get in here. What we're looking for, guys, at least what I would like to pull is this Bronco High Relief, PCGS, PR70 Deep Cameo, the 2021 W Gold Liberty coin was awesome. So let's open this thing up. All right. We got some like fancy official seal on here. I could go in here. Nope, it comes from the top. Okay. So like it's not, hasn't been opened or tampered with. You know, I wonder if this is going to be like trying to play Monopoly at McDonald's, where they like totally rigged it for years. Come on. These are all sold out, by the way. Oh, look at that. So there's actually 3 vault boxes in there. Okay, so there's the first one. All right, here's what we got. All right, we're going to play the game again. 1, 2, or 3. Which one are we going to open first? Throw me a 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, guys. Okay, so here's a couple things I do want to talk to you guys about from our last couple interviews we've had. So if you did not watch the Bill Holter interview today, please go back and do that. It was a pretty good one. I know not all of you are going to agree with everything that Bill has to say, but he did hit on the great taking. You know, I'm a guy that's taken a lot of classes in stats and works with numbers a lot, and I can tell you that the great taking and things like a financial reset, even confiscation, none of those are 0 probability. Okay, they all have a probability to them. What it is hard to determine. A lot of people are going to have different versions of that, but at the end of the day, they're not 0. And so listening to people like him, listening to Francis Hunt, the market sniper, gives you different ideas on how to prepare, gives you different ideas on things that might be good. What I would look for and concentrate on is what's similar among all of them, and start taking those parts of it. Okay, so I'm seeing you stinkers put 4 in. You want me to open them at the same time, and that's not possible. I got 2 arms, 2 hands. Okay, we got 1s and 2s and 3s, and 2s and 3s. Okay, I'm going to do 2. I think we got more 2s in there. So this also has another seal on it. Okay. It's weird. I guess I need to go this way, maybe. Okay. Okay, so what we're looking for is a red core, guys, at the top of this thing, okay? And I'm going to lower it down here. So this is prime. We're looking for red. If we see red, then we've got a big, very expensive coin, and we will make money in the transaction, most likely. This one is black, so it is not red. Okay, I think I know what that is. Look at that. There's a Libertad, guys. Okay, so let's take a look at this Libertad. I'm going to try to get it in the light, right? You guys see that okay? So here's our first pull. It is a 2024 Libertad. It's set up like this. It's a 2024 MO PCGS MS70 Onza Mexico Libertad first day issue. That's pretty cool. What do you guys think? Is that a good pull? All right, we'll talk about the box in a minute on how much it is. We do crazy things like this, so you guys don't actually have to do the crazy things. Okay, so that's my first one. We'll just put him down here. All right, now which one? Number 1 or number 3? Which one's the next one? We got to pull some gold here, guys. You got to pull me some gold. Oh, sorry about that. Here, we might as well display these things out, right? I think that's what we ought to do. And then we are going to get to the beard here in a minute. I got to check our time too, make sure yeah, we're still good on time. Okay, so there's the first winner. And I got a few more of these stands that we can use in a minute. All right, I see a lot of threes. So we're going to go with number 3 over here, okay? All right, let's see if anybody can guess. You guys can start guessing what's in here. So if you want to know what's in this, what you got to do is go to vaultbox.com with another browser window and go look up, or on the web, look up VaultBox Prime 2025 and look for the coins in there. Let's see if any of you guys can guess the correct coin. I don't know. Is this fun? I know it's a little different than what we do with the interviews on the channel, but I figured it'd be kind of fun to do this tonight. It's been a long freaking week. Okay. All right. Remember, we're looking for red, guys. Let's see if we can find a red here. Now, mind you, I did pull a 230 privy mark on the flowing hair. So that took my coin from $105 to, and then I had a graded, came out of 70, MS 70. We ended up getting $6,800 for that one. Oh, another black. Oh, shoot, guys, you didn't see that. I saw it before you saw it. There you go. Oh, but we got gold this time. All right, that's good. We need some gold in here. Okay, so here's our second one. This one is that looks like a proof to me, a 2025 maybe. Let's see what we got here. It's a 2023 W, and it is a PR70 Deep Cameo Gold Eagle first day of issue. And it is nice looking, really nice looking coin there. Okay, now when you're prepping for the end of the world stuff, you don't go buy these things. This is more for fun. And we've got a Long Beach coin show coming up, so these will be great items to have listed there. Now, one thing with VaultBox that's kind of cool, guys, is you can actually sell these back to VaultBox if you want to. And they'll buy all this stuff back. And oftentimes you can, make some money off of it, break even on it. I know someone was asking the price. Maybe someone put it in the chat. If you guys otherwise, I'll look at my receipt, which means I got to turn off the phone camera here. Okay, so let's do this one the right way. We can all do it together. We're looking for red. We're looking for red. Oh, it's hard to be disappointed, but oh my goodness, we got a second one of these things. Let's see if it's the same year. Who picked to put these in here? All right. I like Libertads though, guys. Libertads are really cool. So here's another Libertad. And this one's it looks like it's the same coin. Let's see. Yep. 2024 MO, PCGS, MS70, one Onza, Mexico Libertad, and it's a first day of issue. So we've got 2 of those. So you guys can go and look this up. And let's see if we're going to see if we made money on this or took a big hit. But I thought it was at least a fun thing for us to try on the channel. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to put in we're going to do one more pull on this real quick. And then we're going to do the one Tiger wants to do. All right, here's the poll. So I want to see you guys do this poll real quick. And we'll come back and put this on. So that's not, those are great coins. No complaints there. I just don't know if I made money or lost severely on that. But let's look. So let me see if I can pull up what these were running for. Let me see if I can do that real quick for you guys, because I know you're asking. Okay. Okay, we're going to stop sharing for a second while I go in here. All right, it's much easier to do this. Since you guys were asking, part of my channel is telling you guys not to buy these things and get yourself in over your head. Which I did that at one time a little bit. Not really over my head, but I thought of. Okay, so these vault boxes retailed at 863 bucks. So you guys go do the math on those. Where do we come in? Read those. I think we're below 836, but probably not. Okay, let's get it back like this. All right, we're going to go back, look at the poll here. Add this guy back to the screen so you can see him. All right, let's do the poll. Before we do that, let's do this. I got a question in here about silver shot from someone. Let's hit that real fast. StackingSurfer, do you think having 99.9% silver shot would be good for bartering, a skill, and Ziploc bags, and you can barter for anything of any value? Okay. Yes and no. So it's much better than bartering with a 100-ounce bar. 100-ounce bar, you're going to be buying a house or a car with it. Shot, you'd be able to buy other things with it. Here's the issue: is how do you verify it's real silver? So you're going to need some way of testing it. You're going to have to use some testing methods to be able to prove to someone else it's silver. Otherwise, they're taking your word. That's why the constitutional silver is really good, because when you're looking at the dimes here, like this, right? When you're looking at the dimes, you can tell what country it's from. You can see the denomination on it. You can look at the sides of them and see that they do not have the copper on them, and you can see the dates. All of those things help verify it without another verification. So that's where some of the issue is going to come into play. You can get verification methods. You can ping them. The dimes are, I find them to be kind of fickle. Same with silver and copper can be very similar. And when you're looking at a Sigma Metalytics machine, when you get down to a small coin like a dime, it can be a little harder to determine it. All right, let's see what else you guys had in here. I missed a few questions. I haven't shaved anything off. I just can't totally grow a beard yet, but we're working on it. But we're gonna do that poll next. Okay, let's see what you guys want to do. Are we gonna open this thing or not? Let's see what you guys got. Okay, 73 say open it. All right, fine. We'll just open this thing. Okay. You guys need to pull a red core here, though. We got to pull a red core on this. It's just much more fun when you pull a red core. Okay, so we just knocked all of them over because I don't have a good setup. So let's stack these guys and get them out of the way. And I have to set this stuff up and take it down every time I do a video. One of these live streams, so bear with me, guys. It's a little bit crazy. Okay. I don't think there's very, so Rob asks, are there many dimes and quarters that are fake? I don't think there's a lot of them. You're going to see a lot more fake silver eagles and Morgan dollars. You're not going to see a lot of fake dimes out there. You'll see some of them, but it's really just going to be a couple of years, like the really super rare years. I don't really get into that. I don't check the dates on my coins because I don't have the time to, and there's a lot of them. I mean, it would take me seriously weeks, if not months or a year, to count all that stuff. And then they always do these dumb boxes. Ugh. You think AI would figure out how to make a better box? They always get caught up on themselves. Crazy. Okay. And we are doing more silver guys, by the way, too. All right, here we go. We're gonna do the same thing. Coin 1, 2, and 3. Put a 1, 2, or 3 for which one you guys want to do. We need some red in here. Yeah, we do. All right. By childproof lids. All right, we got a lot of ones. Oh, we got some 2s and 3s too. You guys are undecided. All right, I'm seeing more 1s. Okay, we're gonna do 1. And I'll cut the seal over behind here. It's just too hard to do it over the phone. I'm not gonna peek though. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, guys. Red. No! It's black. Oh, but it's little. It's little. That's probably... Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what this is. Let's see what this one is. Okay, let's see what we got here. Bridgeport PCGS MS65. It's from 1936. It's a $50. Do you guys know that $50? That's kind of cool. I don't know that $50. But it looks like it's in really good condition too. So it's from Bridgeport, Connecticut. It's a centennial, so 1836 to 1936, $50. That's pretty cool. So that's cool. Okay. That's our first one. Okay, what are we going to do now? This is number 2 or number 3, guys. We got to pull a red. I know these things tend to go in the very last box somehow. Yeah, if you guys don't have a pinger, they're just a few bucks. I'd go get one. You can get them. I think I have a link down below for Amazon. You can go get one off there. Yeah, guys, come on, let's get a like. Let's get it up to 100. I can't. It's not even refreshing over here on my other screen, so I can't tell how many thumbs up there are. Oh, here we go. All right, we're at 141, so we'll do some more silver here in just a second. Actually, let's do that before we pull this next one. Okay, looks like it's going to be number 3. All right, let's do another GA before we move on. We're going to do another dime here. Yada yada yada. By the way, people complain about free stuff. Very dumb. All right, here we go. Hashtag vault for another dime, guys. A $10 pre-33 ending would be pretty sweet. Yeah, that's exactly true. I just knock these things over. That's why we don't have nice things. All right, guys, let's get the vault in there. Let's see where we're at real quick. We'll come back here, add this one on here. We got 34, okay? So I'm going to open up number 3 while we're waiting to get this above 50. Okay. The suspense is just palpable here, I can tell. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. We want a red core, red core, red core. No. Okay, no red cores there. Interesting. The Swan coin has actually been pretty popular from Australia. And I don't even have one of those. So here's a Swan. That's pretty cool. I think OC Stacker used to really be in Swans before he was into turtles. All right, so this is a 2023 PCGS PR70 Deep Cameo Proof coin. It's an Australian silver swan. Yeah, that's a nice looking coin. So there's our second pull. So we got 2 silver coins here, guys. All right. I'm going to guess that means there's gold in this one. That's my guess, okay? Because it's either that or we are really way low on value on this one. Okay, let's see what we got. No, I don't want a 10th ounce. I want something bigger than a 10th ounce here, guys. Come on. You got to pull for me here. All right. We want a red core, or we want at least an ounce of gold in here. Come on. We're close to an ounce, right? It can be a pre-33 gold coin. All right. Oh, you know what? We got to wait. We got to do our giveaway first. I think we're up over 50 now. Yep, we're at 54. All right, we're going to run that real quick. All right, so for those of you that, whoever wins this, send me an email at stackingsurfer@gmail.com and put into the, oh gosh, it's OC Stacker. I think this thing's rigged tonight. Oh my goodness. I guess this is why he didn't come on the show tonight. Okay. Well, congratulations, OC Stacker. I think he's already won a good chunk of my silver over the years here. All right, here we go. All right, we're hoping up this box.
I'm serious.
I think OC Stacker has the, he wins more silver than anybody else here.
All right,
come on, red, son of a biscuit. All right. Oh, well, okay, let's see what we got here. We didn't get gold, but we did get a Morgan. There's this Morgan here. Let's see what we got for the Morgan. An 1887 $1 MS63 Morgan. It does have breast feathers. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. I have no idea on value on this one. You guys would have to tell me on that. So I probably did not recoup my money all the way, which is how these things work, which is why I do it, so you guys don't have to. But we did get some cool coins out of this. Put him over there, right? I got 2 of these, so we'll just do, we'll put one of them over there. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Is it worth it? I'd have to go do the whole math on it. My guess is it's probably not worth it. You know, would I have bought these coins on their own anyway? Probably not. But here's the thing. It's fun. It's something to do. I only do this like once a year. And I hadn't done this for a while, so I thought I would try it again for you guys. Now, any of you that are doing the horse races or the duck races, as they call them, be careful with that stuff. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm saying just be careful. Make sure you know what you're doing. It's like doing this. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. I would say this is probably it's probably not too bad. This is probably a pretty good haul from what these coins offer, but some of the coins that were in there could have been $15,000 or $20,000 or more. Maybe even one was like up to 50,000 or something crazy like that. But there's only one out of all of them, so the chances of you pulling it are going to be pretty slim. These are fun, and because they're slab vault box like this, I can send it back in and get cash. I don't know if you can use that. I guess you can probably use that towards another vault box. And then you also can sell them on eBay, and you can just hold them and have fun things. And I do recommend having a variety of coins. If all you have is just silver dimes, it makes this whole thing boring. All right, let me see what else you guys have in the question comments here for me real quick. Okay. I gotta go catch up with you guys. Then there's a few things I do want to hit and talk about real fast. Okay, so one thing I'm going to throw out is we've got about 113 members right now. If you guys aren't members yet, you can go down to the bottom of your screen below the video here, and it should say join. There's a couple different options, and I'm going to show you guys that in just a second here. Let me take you to my main page. That's not it. All right, let me see if I can find a way to show it to you guys. I think I got to sign out of my own account. See just a second here. No, that's not gonna work. That didn't work either, did it? Okay, so I'll just show you this real fast. This is where you can join for the membership, and I'll just have to verbally tell you what they are. I don't have any way of showing it. All right, if you go down below the video, I'm not showing it, sorry. If you go down below the video here, you can see the join button where my mouse is. That's the join. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of the great interviews coming out. I've got a Leor Gantz video that'll be dropping. He says some pretty crazy stuff about silver I hadn't thought of before that is really good to take into account. That'll go out probably Sunday, maybe tomorrow if I get time to edit it. But we've got that. I've got Eric Young coming up. I'll show you who he is in just a second too. That's going to be coming up here pretty soon too. That's on Tuesday. I've got an interview with him. Lynette Zhang's coming up, and then Andy Scheckman. But you can hit join here, and that will take you to join the membership. So, what is the membership? What does it do? Well, there's a couple things. Right after this stream, we're going to roll into a members only live stream. And then I'm going to try to get our Google Meet call set up. It means I've got to take everybody's email addresses and cut and paste them into a big string and add it to a Google invite for you guys. But I may this time just put a link in so you guys can see it if we go that route. But we do Friday nights, we do member only calls where you can ask questions to other members. And then you've got fun emojis. You can, one of you guys want to throw some fun emojis in here. It's going to have my face, little coins and sharks and stuff. And then different levels get you different things. So right now we're letting everybody be into the big group Google Meetup call, but that's more a higher level. So $3 gets you the emojis, gets you into the live streams. The next level, $10 gets you into the weekly calls we're going to be doing after these streams, where you can ask questions directly. And then from there, there's $50 gets you access to my phones. You can ask me questions anytime you want on the text messaging, and I'll do my best to answer them. And then there's 2 levels of one-on-one coaching. I've got several people in there right now that we're doing one-on-one coaching with. I think if you were to ask them, I've been more than generous with my time. We're doing a lot of great things, helping them with their stacks, evaluating that. They've got a lot of other financial questions that we're working through, talking through how do we use AI to find some answers to some of that, get them hooked up with different advisors. One person, I'm helping them with a technology application for the iPhone that they're looking to do. I've got a lot of background in that. And with another person, we're talking about vaulting, and we're talking about real estate and other things. And I've done a lot of real estate in the past. So that's just a quick little note for that. We do have a super chat in here I need to call out real quick from Fuzzy. Do you think silver hits $200 before 2028? I say yes. If so, $80 or less a troy ounce is a buy. I think by 2028, we're looking at somewhere between I think 300 and 500 bucks silver. And why do I think that? I think the silver market, paper markets are going to blow up. I think there's going to be such a demand for it with all the robotics coming out, and everything that's happening there, all of the AI. I think there's going to be a huge need for silver as well as uranium. They're going to have to start building a lot of nuclear plants all over the country and all over the world to produce enough energy to feed the AI. And right now, that's going to be our next big industrial revolution is AI. Who's going to be the first one to do it? Which country is going to pull off, the main system everybody's going to use? So it's going to be a huge race of survival of countries. And so I think 200 is like way conservative by 2028. I think we're looking at, well, I'm going to give you my actual prediction, but I think we're looking at the hundreds this year. And I think we're looking in the 200s in 2027. I think we're looking in the 300s, if not higher, in 2028. And so I think silver is a huge buy right now. I think it's still a really good deal. Okay, let me see if you guys have any other quick questions. I'm going to share a few other things. We're planning on having a booth there. OC Stacker's working on that, so hopefully he has some time to start dealing with it. But we're hoping to have a booth there. What I don't know is what we're going to be doing with that booth. One thing I want to do is set up a live stream, and we may just have a live stream streaming the whole time if I can get off my cell phone carrier and onto a different one that works in Long Beach. Mine doesn't. We'll probably do a full live stream. People can come and join and chat with us on there. We'll probably talk to people that are selling and people that are buying what they're looking for. I want to try to make that really fun. In addition to that, we usually are selling a bunch of silver, but if we can't find a way to replace it, we won't be selling any of our silver. We're not dumb, and we're not, we're not looking to get ourselves into a bunch of fiat dollars just for fun. So if we don't have a way of buying additional silver at, prices below what we're selling at, we probably won't be selling silver. Same thing will apply with gold. We may end up just buying a lot of metals from other people. So I'm really curious to see if people are going to be doing that or not. But yeah, we should have a booth there. That's the plan, at least. Let's see. Oh, you guys can hear an echo. So people said the sound was okay. The problem is when I use my iPhone and I use my computer screen, I have to go through the audio on my iPhone, but it wasn't working today. So now we're doing this microphone, and there's probably a little bit of a feedback that comes into it. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'll try to move it over a little bit. But I don't know. I need to figure out how to get a better setup with this. There's not There's no one that really talks about that or deals with that, so don't know how to do that yet. Let's see what else you guys have. Yeah, so here's a question for you. You guys liking the guests, the interviews that we're doing? Who else would you recommend? Put in the chat here. Who do you guys recommend to do that? All right, we're gonna do one more poll here, and then we're gonna start winding down, and we'll do another silver giveaway. Oh, but I gotta log in again because I logged myself out to YouTube. Okay, give me just a second here, folks. Okay, in the meantime, well, no, let's do this first. All right, we're gonna do one more giveaway. Okay, hashtag money. Put that in. This is going to be for a silver quarter. All right. So we did 2 dimes today, and we're going to do a silver quarter. And if another one of my mods wins this, people are going to tell me this is completely rigged. So let's see what happens. In the meantime, I'm going to get logged back in. I'm going to let you guys watch this real quick. Let me get logged back in so I can get the next poll going. Wow, YouTube wanted my... That's weird. If you said no to silver dimes, you can't have the silver quarter. All right, here's the poll. All right, here's the last poll. So go check out the poll while we keep running this up. All right, so the poll's about the beard. I just got lazy and didn't shave, and now it's on my face. So I don't know about how many of you guys have tried a beard or not, but mine does not fully come in. But I've also never really tried to have it go super long. But I did pick up a beard trimmer for Christmas. Okay. So we got a beard trimmer. And then we've got a beard club. We're going to see if we can potentially grow this thing out. But that's part of the voting here. So you got options here, guys. Okay. Option 1 is shave it off. Okay. Option 2 is keep it like this, kind of tight. Okay. Option 3 is grow it. So we'll use the beard club to grow this in a little thicker. And then option 4 is go full caveman, where we get a gnarly, really big beard. Maybe we'll start freaking out some of the guests with a big beard. I don't know. That's what I want to see from you guys on this. Okay. I was going to do a super chat competition, but then I thought that would be kind of crazy because it'll be Tiger dominating the whole thing if he's in here. I did get a super chat last week for $10 to shave it. So I thought that was funny. Rob doesn't care what I do with my hair. Well, at the end of the day, the decision really comes down to my wife. So far, she said she likes the look of it, but she's not going to kiss this face. So I don't know. That might be a little problem. All right, let's see here. Okay, so I do want to show. So we're going to keep collecting stuff here, guys, real quick. Don't go anywhere. You got to be here to win. By the way, too. Got to be in the U.S. Got to be here. You got to send me an email by tomorrow night. And I know I said I'd try to get these out. I'm getting ready to do some more travel again soon. I do my best to get the gauze out. They are here. You can see them. They're real. We got all these dimes. We've got all the quarters. I just, at some point, I'm going to need some assistance to help with all this stuff. All right, interesting. So we are getting full caveman. It's getting close. Oh my gosh, you guys. Full caveman just means I'm not even going to shave anything. We're just going to let it grow. So that trimmer is going to go into hiding for a long time. We're going to go super growth serum on this face and see what we can do. Okay. Oh shit, I missed it. Where'd it go? Okay, Randy Savage. Okay, maybe later. Not right off the bat. I had too many work meetings to go to. We could do like a Hulk Hogan for Halloween. Maybe we do that. Really fun. All right, that'd be kind of fun. Okay, so I do want to pull up a couple things. Let me see if I've got them real quick on X here for you guys. Okay, there's two videos I wanted to. Let's see if I don't know how I'm going to play this for you guys. Maybe it'll just. Okay, I had some videos I wanted to show. I'm going to have to turn off this other screen, so we're going to take this off. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay still? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Okay, hopefully you can hear me okay. If it gets weird or echoey, let me know. It's doing weird stuff tonight. Okay, better sound. Yeah, this is better sound because I'm not having to use the phone. All right, maybe we just won't do the phone and I don't plan on showing coins very often, but this was a fun thing to do. Just tell my wife. All right, we're at 54. We're going to come back to this in just a second here. I did want to show you guys just real quick. When you go to my X, if you're not following me on X, you guys are missing out on like half the, maybe you're probably missing out on 50% of all the stuff that I do. So a lot of these are bookmarks. I don't retweet them all, but I do like them. So I believe you can go and see what I like. I believe that's an option. But this video, I don't know this dude, but he actually had two really good videos that I liked here. He's talking about silver, and he has some great analogies here. But my computer's doing. Oh, I know. It's this. Okay. Let's see. We might be able to. No, my computer keeps repeating me like 2 seconds later. So we can't play the audio on this, but these are two really good ones. He goes in here to talk about how gold and silver is God's money, and silver briefly was worth more than Nvidia, and silver was way below. If you guys remember, it would be really crazy if we ever saw silver get above gold on the value here. Okay, market cap. And that's not impossible for it to do, by the way. You got to look at how many ounces are outstanding and everything else for the ratios. But I do like a lot of different videos, things on here. I asked Natalie a question about Bitcoin in here. I don't expect she's ever going to answer it. But my question was, how can you trust something that you don't know who created it, and you don't know who controls the massive wallet? These people just seem to blindly forget about all the red flags of Bitcoin and they just go full into it. And this was a video about silver, by the way. Here's the market sniper's prediction here. So he's going into here where we're at 76 or so, and he sees it going up to about 80 and coming back down to 76. He's just looking out short term here. So there's a lot of great people to follow here, a lot of great information to look at here. This is the last time that the annual silver performance. So like we had a really good performance last year, and I mentioned this on I think on the live stream or in the video, but this is the only other year here that it's gone up that high. It was 1980, and it was 400%. So we could still have that happen, and we could still have some of these other big years as well ahead of us. So $333 silver is not off. That's what I was going to label the market sniper video, but I get crap from people about clickbaiting, all that stuff. So I didn't put it on there. I put another kind of deal on, but this is what he was really calling. I think this is a really good number. David Bateman was talking about that too. So anyway, lots of good stuff on here. Check it out. I think there's a lot of great stuff on this one here. Daddy, why are we so rich? I bought a lot of silver after I realized it was the most undervalued asset on the earth. Now we employ a private chef who cooks our eggs with truffle oil, and then the kid's the legend. So I always think that's fun. All right, let's go ahead and stop that screen. We're going to bring our other screen back up, and we're going to do our last one. Okay. So whoever wins this, you got to send me an email by tomorrow night. And StackingSurfer@gmail.com. In the title or the subject, put in "Ga winner." Let me know it's the Silver Quarter. I need your YouTube name. I need a screenshot of this. You've got to be a subscriber. You've got to like the video. You've got to be within the US. You've got to be over 18. There's a handful of rules below if you care to look at it. Let's go ahead and roll this thing. Let's see who the winner is going to be of this one. Getting close. What the flip? This whole thing's been rigged tonight. The audio is sucking? Okay, I don't know. Let's unplug this. All right, is this audio better? No. I think it's time to restart this computer. You win. I know, I don't win. So we got to roll this thing again. But here's the problem. Oh, we're gonna have to roll this thing twice, is what's gonna happen now. All right, here we go. Drag in. Shoot. That's not what you guys want. Just a second. Oh my gosh, this computer is having a hard time today. And so is the internet. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh, it's the end of the day. It's the end of the week. All right, the giveaway broke. We're gonna have to do it again. You guys got to put hashtag money in again. All right, we're gonna re-roll this thing. If you remember, don't go anywhere. We're gonna roll into a member-only live stream here in a minute, and then we're gonna get a call going so you guys can talk. So I'm gonna lose my voice here. All right, there's too many icons with the little duck guy on it for anyway, it's confusing. Here we go. We're at 29. Let's roll this back up again. So we've got some great videos coming out. Hopefully this week we'll have some more stacking videos as well as some more interviews. I'm going to do my best to keep the interviews rolling in. People seem to be enjoying those. I'm trying to bring people on that I know that I follow, that think similar to the way I do. And what I'm hoping to do is kind of help you guys navigate in that same vein of, thought process, right? What are we doing? Where are we going? All right, we are so close. We're going to roll this thing. Okay. Here we go. If it's me again, I don't know. I give up. KTM 7663. Congratulations. You got a silver quarter. So email me, put in there silver quarter GA, put GA in the comment section. Also, take a screenshot of it, put in your YouTube name, as well as, well, if you screenshot this, you've got the YouTube name, and then your mailing address so I can send it out to you. I do have some new stickers coming, guys. I've got some, for the very first time, some real stickers with my real face on them, which will be kind of cool. And then we've got some magnets coming. I know some of you guys like magnets, so we'll be doing some of those as well. All right, I want to thank everybody for coming on here. I'm going to try this new option down here, if I can find it. Just a second here. No, that's not it. Let's see. Yep. Okay. In 5 minutes, we're starting in only a members only live stream, and I think it will kick everybody out that's not a member only. I don't know. We're gonna try it out. I've never done it before. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. I'm seeing a lag a little bit, so I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, we'll probably do that for 20. I think we'll probably do a pretty big party for, well, it won't be as far as giveaway stuff. It's not going to be crazy big on 20. We'll do a big one at 50. We'll do a big one at 100,000. We'll do 150,000 and 200,000. Each of those, I'll be doing a Drew Brophy silver surfboard giveaway. Probably 100,000. We'll do a Silver Dragons silver surfboard giveaway. He's only poured 2 of those. And I think we will. My goal is to get up to 1 million subscribers. That's where I want to get to with this, to just wake up as many people as we can to all this stuff going on. It's not just about gold and silver. It's about sound money. It's about not having the government steal from you through inflation and everything else that's going. It's about preparing for crazy days ahead. But let's figure out how to make everything better once we get past the crazy days too. So yes, we'll definitely do special stickers at 50 and 100K. Maybe we'll do 20 or 25K. I don't know. My goal is to try to get to 20 by the end of the month. I'd like to get between 30,000 and 50,000 by the end of the year. 50,000 is the goal I have. I would be happy with anything below that. I'm not going to be thrilled with. I want to push it. I want to see how fast we can grow the channel and we can get it up there. You never know when YouTube's going to grab one of your videos and run with it. Sometimes it's something that's said, it's the thumbnail, it's the title, or it may just be something going on in the market. My video with Andy Scheckman is sitting at, let's see where that one's sitting at right now. That one's at 125,000 views, which is higher than anything else I've done. The next highest one was, I think, around 60,000 views. So you don't know. I mean, maybe it's something Andy said. Maybe it was the best interview he's done in a long time. I thought it was a really good one. I do have XRP. I do think XRP, if you're going to do any crypto stuff, can't give you financial advice or tell you what to buy or not, but XRP is one that I think could be good because I'm very familiar with the SWIFT banking system and with banking in general. And they need a new system to make it work. XRP seems to check a lot of those boxes. Plus, tokenization is coming whether you like it or not. I think some of you are going to think it's the coolest thing in the world, and others are going to think it's just another level of stealing money from you. But I do think XRP can be pretty good. A lot of people that stack XRP also stack heavy in silver. Okay, we had, let's see here real quick. I have a few more super chats I just want to throw in real fast for you guys. Fuzzy says the paper metal markets will stop offering silver by the end of 2028. I think the paper markets will be dead probably by 2030, maybe 2028. Crap, it could be next week. When the paper markets fall apart and die, I think everything's shifting over to Shanghai, which is offering more money for the silver. And they'll probably continue to do that because they can see exactly what the President Trump's going to do and what's going to happen with Mexican silver. So I think spot price is going to move over to that. And I think the whole markets though could blow up by then, as far as the LPMA and COMEX. I could be wrong. Maybe they'll just keep them going. I think they're going to stop offering silver this year. I think they're really close to doing that. And when they do that, that's going to be the catalyst that really shoots silver up, because the companies that were owning the silver to own the silver will have to go and acquire it. And that will be a mad dash that you've never seen. And that's when, you're going to be getting paid way over spot to sell your silver. And you got to figure out, what's the price am I willing to sell my silver at to do that? The reality is that there may not be a price that you're willing to take it at, right? So it might be, let's say silver is